Today we're talking Undone Watches.
You ask questions and I answer.
Kind of like Gary Vee, but like for watches.
Watch fam. What is up, Watch fam? Welcome to episode 40 of ASKTNH. This is the fourth time just doing the intro. We never re-record, but the intro got caught up like for the past 3 times. It's a weird day. The weather's like all kinds of odd, and I want to go for a walk and like do TNH stuff, but it's just real f***ing weird. I'm wearing cool blue sneakers today. Oh, and I'm wearing a watch on an ill-fitting NATO strap. Check it out. I kind of dig it. I mean, I know it looks ridiculous, but like James Bond did it, and yeah, I'm a lot like James Bond in this singular way. Let's get into the questions.
What do you think about Undone Watches?
It's a really interesting company, Undone. I think they're getting a lot of press. I don't consume their content. I'm not a consumer of theirs, and I don't follow them on Instagram or Twitter or anything like that. But I've seen a lot of their watches around, and there has to be a reason for it, right? So I'll tell you kind of why I think that they're so interesting. I feel like they're responding in a lot of ways, even though I'm sure they aren't directly responding, but still to a lot of what I have said is needed in that market, in that sub $500 market. So they've introduced this watch, the first watch, the watch that's most known is called the Aqua, right? And it's basically, let me put a photo of it, just a generic photo of the Aqua. And it's an automatic movement. I don't know, it doesn't really matter the specs of the movement. It's a generic automatic movement. I'm not even sure who makes it. I'm sorry about that. Well, I'll put it here. Whoever makes the movement, put right here. But its bottom line is it's a generic movement. But it's automatic, and I'm sure it's very serviceable, because of its generic nature, which is a very good thing when you're a, novice watch buyer, right? You don't want to be hassled. You don't want to have your first experience be a bad experience. So that they're bringing value on the mechanical end, and they're also bringing value on the design end. Now, I don't think that their designs are very, very good. I don't necessarily like them. They're just not my style. But I could see how they'd be somebody else's. It's a cool, not really too objectionable look. But what they do is their whole thing with the Aqua and their other watches for that matter is customization. Right, their whole business model, at least to my understanding, is based off of allowing you to design your own watch. Right, take this Aqua and put it in every color combination with different metals and with different dials and date wheels and hands and everything. So you really theoretically could design a watch that you'll never see again. Right, in that particular configuration, which is very interesting. Why? Because it allows them to almost circumnavigate the care that I always talk about. And that's a good thing. I'm not trying to shit on them in that, because it sounds like I'm being nasty, but it's the truth. They've put the care on your shoulders, but they've given you that opportunity, right? Because when a watch brand puts together a design, you could tell if it was lazy or if it was careful. But they're giving you the opportunity to use them as a service to design the watch that you want, right? So they're not even really guessing anymore. They're just allowing you to do it. So that's interesting. That's interesting from a design perspective. Does it get a little indecisive? Sure. I mean, I was playing around with it before, and, it does get a little difficult to kind of make a watch. But so what? I mean, it takes 10 minutes. And you can pick out something really cool that you might like. But basically, holistically, it's good for the market. I mean, I wouldn't buy an Undone watch. It's just not my style. But I would like other companies to follow the Undone business model. I'd like Corniche to make an Undone kind of, customization model. I think that, luxury really comes down to saving time and having things your way, right? And this has that. I mean, it's not necessarily saving you time, but it's giving you something exactly the way you want it. And that's really interesting. So I personally wouldn't buy one, but it's a pretty interesting and valuable watch. So check it out. Thank you guys for watching episode 40 of Ask TNH. If you don't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Snapchat. Boom, Snapchat. And that's it. I'll see you guys next week. No, Thursday. See you guys on Thursday.